Is the issue really with the developers, or are we just caught up in our own selfish desires that we projected onto other things? No way! No way! Oh my gosh. Okay. So before we get into this video, I actually want to give a big thanks to the people who've been sending me stuff through the mailbox. So the first one we have is by No Hinlo, and they sent me a booth slot voucher, and they wrote, "You're the best." So thank you. I appreciate that booth slot voucher. I definitely will use it, because I do need another one. This one is by Sugar Cube 3, and it says, "I have a lot of happy pets enchant." And they sent me 2 happy pets enchant. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. And then the last one is from Duani Mand 101. And they had sent me this during yesterday's live stream, and I forgot to read their message, but they said, "I lost 100 mil with crystal keys, and now I only have 2.5 million gems." And they sent me a treasure hunter potion. So thank you for the treasure hunter potion. I'm sorry you lost all that money. I hope you can gain it back soon though. And that's all the gifts we have for today. So again, thank you guys. And now let's get into this video. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. This is Maj and Nick here. And for today's topic, I'm going to be talking about, I guess, like a touchy subject you could call it. And that is Pet Simulator 99 a dying game? So recently a lot of players have been quitting Pet Simulator 99, and you could clearly see this through the player count. So I have Pet Simulator pulled up on Roblox, and you could see the active player count right now is just under 77,000. And you're probably thinking, okay, well, 77,000, that's still a lot of players. That's really good for a game. Yeah, it is. It is really good for a game. But you also have to remember how many players Pet Sim used to average. If we look back just a few months ago, Pet Sim was averaging well over 100,000 players. And even just a month ago, it was still averaging 100,000. But now I've noticed recently it's averaging around like 80,000. And obviously it fluctuates. Different times of the day, there's going to be more or less people on. But it's been consistently around 80,000. And now it's starting to dip below that amount. So why is this? Well, I think it's because Pet Simulator is not a new concept anymore. And a lot of players are getting bored with the game. Because let's be honest, there's not a lot to do in the game. Sure, you could go in the trading plaza and trade with people. You could sell stuff, buy stuff, do a lot of the mini games that they have. But if you were to do everything that you can in the game, that would only take you like what? An hour, 2 hours? Like all this extra stuff to do on the side does not take up a lot of time. And what does take up a lot of time is just auto farming. And that's the main part of the game. But auto farming is such a crucial factor to this game. If you don't auto farm, you're going to be at a severe disadvantage. And it's almost going to be impossible to catch up with everybody else. But that's also what makes it so good, is because people like me who are busy all the time, people who have kids, people who work, they have a full-time job, whatever it may be that they're busy with, or it could just be students that have a lot of homework and they just don't have time to play video games. This is a perfect game because it allows you to make tons of progress, almost as much as everybody else, without even having to touch the game. You just have to check up on it every few hours or like twice a day. So it's good in that sense. But for the people who are active and they like actually playing the game and they want it to be interactive, this is really not the game for you guys. And this is not to say that I think that the developer shouldn't do anything to make the game more interactive. I definitely think they should. They should add way more things to do in the game just to keep people interested, because right now there's just not enough. And I see why people are stopping, because it's the same thing over and over again. Just farm, sell stuff, try to buy huges if you can, do the mini games. That's it. It's very repetitive. But yeah, the game is stale and repetitive. But you also have to realize that's what Pet Simulator is. It is a farming game. It is not meant to be super interactive like a Battlegrounds game or Bed Wars or some type of racing game. This is what Pet Simulator is, and it's pretty much what it always has been. It is a farming game. It is an AFK farming game at that. And it's not much more. I would like to see it be more, but that's pretty much the whole premise of the game. And again, this is not to be an excuse for the developers to not implement new features or new things to do. Definitely, I really hope they do try to. Wow, how does that saying go? You call a spade, something like that? Pet Simulator is Pet Simulator. It's a farming game. It is what it is. And a lot of players get upset by this, but you have to realize that's the whole point of playing this. It's designed to be this style of game. Now, another reason that people are unhappy with Pet Simulator and they're leaving is because how pay to win it's been. This should come as no surprise to almost all of you, but Pet Simulator is very pay to win. Pretty much always has been since Pet Simulator X, as far as I know. I never played the OG one, and I played Pet Simulator X for like not even a day, but from what I've heard, it's always been pay to win. But it's been even worse lately with them implementing something like the Forever Pack, which is just terrible for the game. I wish they never added this. It just literally enables you to spend money forever, hence the name Forever Pack. And you also have other forms of gambling like the Super superhero egg, which just to open 10 eggs is like what, 35, 40 bucks? That's insane. But people do it. It works. That's why they keep doing it, is because they're getting money from it. So is it on the developers for doing stuff like this, or is it on the player base for those pay to win players who just keep funding this type of behavior? Now, obviously, this is not most of us. Most players do not fund this type of behavior. Most players are free to play, or if they're not, they only have a few game passes. Maybe they bought one starter pack. So that doesn't apply to you guys. But the point still remains is that it is working. They are getting money from this, and this is exactly why they keep adding new stuff to get more and more money. And that's going to lead me to my last point. Is the issue within the game and developers, or is it within the players? In this new generation of like TikTok brain rot and having no attention span, everybody's always looking for the next best thing and for something to interest them or get them excited. It's always just a quick fix of dopamine that we're looking for, and I fall guilty to this too. I scroll on YouTube Shorts, I scroll on TikTok. It's really bad, and it's so bad for our brains. It's getting us wired to just want something new constantly. Just need a constant dopamine hit over and over. Oh, what's the next big best thing? But I think that's contributing to the downfall of this game as well, because the game is not different. This is still Pet Simulator. This is still the same game, if not a better game than it was months ago, because there's more stuff to do. There's more updates. The game is continuously getting better, whether you want to believe it or not. Yes, it is getting more pay to win, but there's still plenty of more stuff to do as a free-to-play player. And getting huges is honestly really easy right now. With stuff like the tech keys or the crystal keys, those have a pretty high chance to drop huges now, as they have buffed the chances recently to get stuff like that. So it's not that this game all of a sudden got bad and they changed everything and it's not what it used to be. This is still the same game that everybody has once loved and appreciated. So is it really the developers that are the issue, or is it just us, the players? I think it's a mix of both, to be honest. I think it's not realistic for us to expect something new and crazy to be happening at all times to keep us intrigued, but I know that's how a lot of us think, and I wish it wasn't. And again, I blame this because of the new short form content like YouTube Shorts or TikTok. I blame it on that, and just social media in general. Why do we always have to be searching for the next best thing? Why can't we just enjoy what we have and appreciate what we have in the moment? Because if we're looking at this objectively, this is a great game. Let's be honest, this is a great game. There is a decent amount of stuff to do. I would like to see more. It's fun, it's interesting. If you're into grindy type games, this is perfect. Growing up, I've always loved grinding games. Love them. They've always been my favorite. I used to play this game called Case Clicker on my phone back in like 2014 through 2016, and all it is pretty much just a grinding gambling game. You didn't have to spend any money on it, and same with Pet Simulator. You don't have to spend money on it, even though you can, but it's always just been so fun playing these style of games. And my favorite game for most of my life has been Roblox, and now I found a game that kind of fits my play style, which is Pet Simulator, and I love it. This is a great game. I don't see myself stopping anytime soon, but a lot of people are stopping, and they have been, and the player count continues to drop almost daily. So do I think this game is gonna die? I don't think so, at least not anytime soon. I think we're gonna still have a very dedicated fan base for a long time, but I think if Big Games continues to drop really cool updates, like the update that's coming out this Saturday, I think it's gonna be awesome for the game. I'm really excited for it because they're adding ways to keep players intrigued. They're adding a new game mode where you can get a new free huge. They're adding new potions. They're adding hype eggs, which is basically a chance for everybody to get a free huge or a free Titanic. They're doing a lot of cool stuff with the game, and they're putting effort in, and you could see that they're putting effort in. But a lot of us just discredit their hard work and just complain and say, oh, this game's pay to win, this game sucks. But it really doesn't suck. If we all just learned to appreciate what we have in front of us, I think this game wouldn't receive as much hate as it does. So I'm gonna end the discussion on this. Is the issue really with the developers, or are we just caught up in our own selfish desires that we projected onto other things? But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.